talk about a shit gnome. This guy is committing career suicide by the day. I mean that literally. Aside from foot and mouth disease, and I don't mind talking about like the work stuff in relation to the interviews and things that I already did, but I really want to touch on this because of comments that I made about another lolcow, because I was making the comparison. Okay, so to see him do this like literally after my last stream talking about Foodie Beauty, I will get deeper into that for those of you who missed it. Like, this is fucking crazy to me. Okay, so he has reached C- grade. He went from A to C-. So if you're wondering about like my stream dono goal, it's a joke. My dono goals, like over where is it here? These things are always jokes. Never take these seriously. I'm not like ever actually begging for donations. Never fucking take these things seriously. Okay, there's always a meme to it. So he deleted 377 videos on YouTube only. These were all of his lives off of YouTube gone, which equates to over 22 million views just off YouTube. So most of his stuff is off shorts, which when it comes to monetization, shorts pay nothing on YouTube. It's all long form that you get paid for on YouTube. Speaking as a creator who worked at Twitch, who had to know numbers of monetization on every single platform. This is how you start to fall. It doesn't even matter what you've said, public opinion, all of that stuff can, you know, rise and fall over time. Popularity is always short-lived. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, look at Ninja, right? Like, you have your heyday and it eventually fizzles out and somebody else rises. Like, that's an eventuality. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't have to be over internet drama even. You know, there are trends. Trends are always trendy. This is huge. 377 videos on YouTube alone. I haven't looked, but I've seen videos reporting that he did the same thing on Twitch. And this doesn't mean that he deleted anything. People are saying that he either deleted or privated everything. And I hope that he was smart enough to private everything instead of deleting, because deleting is a huge mistake. So here's what happens when you do shit like that. And this is also funny, the subs and everything. Look at the drop in subs. When you do things like this, the algorithm takes notice. And basically it starts a snowball effect, which is going to reverse everything that got you to where you are on these platforms. It loses all of the traction that you have built over time. And it has a cascading effect over time. Like, you don't have to keep doing this to yourself. You don't have to keep deleting. Just doing this has already done the damage, and it's going to get worse over time. So the searchability, the viewership, all of these like related links, all of the recommendations, like all of those things that are injected in the algorithm are now affected by this deletion. Because all of those things that were being recommended because of their virality were being recommended for a reason. So this is not an insignificant number of views that has been removed from the platform. All of those recommendations no longer exist. And that doesn't mean, oh, now the recommendations will show the second best video. That means it no longer exists. It's gone. It's not going to take its place. Is it gonna work or is it gonna die?
The government can only
Why is it being weird?
that gets us to when the solar starts working. Usually around 7.
Why is it not showing video? Weird.
It's very
It's even showing it on preview. Oh, that's fucking weird. When I scroll, it shows it. Okay. Back it up. So this was a thing. No, seriously. Like when I scroll up, the video is fucked. When I scroll down, it's not. I don't know what my PC has decided to do, but I don't blame it because I hate everything about this right now too. This is a creator who did something similar. This bitch right here, Foodie Beauty. She became extremely internet popular because of mukbangs. Like when they took off social eating streams, she got, excuse the pun, she got huge on YouTube. Okay, like, I'm sorry. This is not why she is hated. It's not like that. People genuinely thought like her story times were funny and things like that. People didn't know until she started doing lives what a shitty human being she was. And it just kind of became more obvious over time. Like the guy that she was living with, her long-term boyfriend, ended up breaking up with her and kicking her out because of her hoarding tendencies. She was apparently doing things like storing pizza boxes in closets that led to a roach infestation and things. She was just like storing trash under her desk and shit like that. Stuff that people didn't know about. I feel like this is a fair comparison to make it in the lolcow space. Okay, I do not want you guys to dig any deeper than what I am showing you on the stream today, because this one is fucking twisted. Okay, just know that when I'm showing you guys that shit gnome is literally going down the same path as other lolcows now. I mean this quite literally. Okay, so he already had the full setup of becoming a lolcow. Like, I knew it. I knew this shit from day one, right? Obviously. The second that he moved into my place and I saw how he was, like, outside of work, like, then the whole charity thing happened, and then, you know, like, I couldn't do anything about it at work. You know, I'm like, is he, like, always like this at work? Is it just because he's my roommate and now I'm kicking him out? No? Oh, it's just always been this way? Oh, wow, okay. And he's, like, shitting up my place? Oh, wow. Oh, he moved out and now it's a fucking nightmare? Oh, cool, great. Love it. Love that for me. Yeah, this is, like, apparently a lolcow thing. This bitch is borderline lolcow, borderline horror cow. I believe that shit gnome has full potential to become a horror cow if people dig into the whole ferret thing deeper. By ferret thing, I mean the charity. Because if you look at the streams, you can see some of the detritus. Like, he very clearly has staff there to clean it up, but you can see stains and things. The fabric on the floor, obviously there to cover things up and make it harder to see when they pee everywhere. I had a close girlfriend who had a ferret. She said that she had to bathe the ferret every other day because it would piss all over itself. And she was an extremely clean person who took very good care of her pets. This ferret would just like chill with her dog. It was basically a spineless dog. And even she would say that ferrets are so stupid she doesn't understand how they exist in the wild without people to care for them. That is how dumb they are at using things like litter boxes and piss pads. Like, they are not hygienic animals. I don't know how close you guys have ever gotten to ferrets and things like that. Like, the potential for horror cow is there. It's what I'm getting at. Like, it's not good. Foodie Beauty. So all this stuff is coming out over time. She does things, you can look into, let's say, Crackhead Olympics if you really want to go down this route. She literally hooks up with a guy on Tinder, goes over to his place. He beats her up and, you know, beats that up, and she smokes a meth pipe that's on his floor, as you would with a Tinder hookup. She just like totally falls for this guy. Or the drugs and the guy, I don't know. Goes fucking nuts, stalks him, tries to B&E his place because he doesn't return her text. Like, all of this done on live streams. Gets the police involved. The very nice Canadian Quebecois police. All on live streams. For several years. All of this, she was never always a hijabi. This is her more recent arc within the last few years. This is like post-COVID times. She decided to become Muslima because she's leaving all of that behind her, and this is her new life, and you just have to accept it. And she's not like that. And if you think that she's like that, it's just you being racist because you hate Muslims or you're fat phobic. It's literally devolved to that. When she started this whole arc, she deleted all of her old content, except for a few mukbangs. All of her old content, because it's haram. All of her prancing around in her fucking underwear, not kidding. 400-pound woman, drugged up, bald, like she shaved her head. She barely had any hair because she has alopecia, nothing wrong with that, but she was like fucking bald because she was nuts and she shaved her head. Underwear, slob, never clean, dirty house. Doing weird shit because drugs and live streaming. All of this, all the internet drama, even her like more wholesome story times where she would talk about having sex with a homeless guy for a Burger King sandwich. All deleted. All hundreds of thousands of views on every video. Some of them millions of views because mukbangs, like, again, that's how she got her popularity. If there were story times during eating times, then there were millions of views. All this stuff was so deep into the YouTube algorithm that when she deleted it, she removed herself from that algorithm. She started blocking her members. And again, I'm mentioning all this stuff that way you guys recognize the patterns that I'm seeing. Pattern recognition. Lolcows. She started blocking her members that have always been her loyalists. The second they said anything against her, and I mean slightly against her, like, hey, why are you doing that? Block. Why did you block so-and-so? Block. That's literally all it would take. That's how you lose your viewership. The other cool way to lose your viewership is to start scamming your audience. And to accept a crap load of donations for things that you're not going to use them for. Time after time, she has done things like, bearing in mind at one point this bitch was making $20,000 a month. Just on donations and subs. Not even ad revenue, just making that on fucking Playboard. Electricity was out for a couple hours, so she was doing begging streams for people to send her money. That way her and her roommate at the time could go stay in a hotel room because the power just went out. That didn't happen, but she got money. That's minor. She recently was living in Kuwait. She also recently got kicked out because she was asking for donations for a cat that she took off the streets to get it vet care. She took it to like some back alley, not even a vet. It looked like a pharmacist or something. It was just like a desk. And a guy like looked at the cat and then they walked out with the cat. She kind of filmed it and claimed like, oh, the cat needs so much vet care, the cat needs so many prescriptions and blah blah blah, we need so much money. And people were like sending money over this shit. Like they actually believed it because there was a cat. First of all, the cat was back on the street the next day. Secondly, it's illegal in Kuwait to take any form of donation, monetary compensation, unless you are a registered, charity. And even so, the charities cannot accept donations. It is their job to direct donors to things like if they are a charity for vet care, they direct donors to veterinarians for vet care. And then the donations are made for like whatever animal needs the treatment. That's how the charities work. It's illegal to take money. Okay? So she got into major shit. It is also illegal in Kuwait, apparently, to take animals off the street because it's dangerous. Because of all the disease and things. So, like, a series of transgressions here. But she was scamming her community for donations for a cat. And then put the cat back out on the street. And when asked about these things, she refused to give refunds to anybody. Because she said, well, they were given to me for the cat, and we took the cat to the vet. And we were still given medication for the cat, and that took money. And we're still going to give the medicine to the cat. The cat is just on the street, so we're going to go to the cat to give it the medicine. People asking for receipts, like an actual receipt from the vet showing medication was purchased, showing how much the vet costs, literally anything. I don't have to show you that. And then, this is the thing I was talking about on my stream. This shit. Charity fraud. This is legitimate charity fraud. Like, at least with the cat thing, you could see that she, like, kinda did stuff and she kinda tried. And sure, maybe she was fully intending to, like, take that cat in and take care of the cat, whether she kept it long term or rehomed it or ended up putting it back on the street eventually. Like, maybe her hand was forced. You could give benefit of a doubt to some points, even though I try not to with this lying ass bitch. This shit. She is now living in Syria. And I don't know what you guys know about Syria. Syria has been going through civil war for years. It is now recently not in war, but it is very much still being bombed regularly. That's just fucking happening. So things are very much not okay. It's very war-torn. Infrastructure is such that electricity is limited to being on for only a few hour ranges per day. And I mean like a few 1 hour ranges of electricity for just rural housing per day. That's it. And everybody knows what those hours are. So she goes there after her fake husband tells her not to. Saying that she's roughing it because Canadian. And she's been privileged her entire life. And I don't mean that as like just being an American saying that. I mean like the $20,000 a month of it all. Telling people around her that she's roughing it. Refusing to help anybody. Because in Syria it's all communal. Like it's family. If you're in with a family, you're supposed to like help prepare food. You're supposed to do housework. Like if she's with his family, which she claims to be, she's supposed to be with his family, but she doesn't want to do anything. Okay, so she's roughing it. She's not having a good time. She finds this girl, which may or may not be related to her husband. It's hard to tell because she said like it's his family, and then she's said it's not his family, but she's also said like it's the real name of the girl, but then it's not the real name of the girl. You literally cannot trust anything this woman says for anything. Okay. Pulls this special needs girl onto her stream. I want to say like 2 weeks after she's been in Syria, maybe 3 weeks. Gets all this money. I don't think this shows anything here. Does this show anything? Yeah, people were being like fucking disgusting on stream. Did not get blocked for being disgusting on her stream. And you could see this is not the quality of the video I'm watching. This is literally her stream quality because of the infrastructure. This is how bad her service is there. All right. So she's not having a good time, but you know, pulls this girl on, shows the girl's face, says the girl's name, all of that. Special needs. I need $1,000 for this girl, her schooling, and to give to her family to take care of her. She gets that money. Despite basically being stripped down to nothing because she has lost her entire following. She's lost almost all of her ad revenue. She's allegedly pulling like $2,000 to $4,000 a month, like from what people can tell that are still, you know, doing YouTube of similar sizes of her current channel. Yeah, she's able to somehow pull around $1,000 during this stream in straight donations that people are aware of. It could very well have been more because she was using her personal PayPal and telling people to send donations through friends and family on PayPal. And of course, people sent super chats and stuff too. So, you know, a lot of it was tracked, and she was like, you know, saying specific thank yous and things like that. Can anybody guess what happened after the stream? She posts a picture saying that, oh yeah, I totally gave this money to her. And meanwhile, all the reactors are, you know, doing their homework and finding that, oh yeah, the special needs schooling in Syria actually doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything. And also, if she's already in it, why does it suddenly cost money? So everybody's asking for receipts, and she's like, I don't know your receipts. Also, we already gave the money, so how could I like record giving the money? We've already given the money. Not days later. Not days later. Let's. Oh god, it's still being strange. She pops up in a fucking hotel in Qatar. She pops up in a hotel room in Qatar. And I want to emphasize, the ticket to get there would have been several $100s. This hotel room would have been several $100s. And for someone who's pulling several $1,000s a month, number one, that's rich in Syria. When you're talking USD, that's fucking rich in Syria. So basically, she got all of this money saying she's roughing it, saying how hard everything is. Because she wanted to escape Syria to go chill in a hotel room and get a bunch of fucking food delivered to her, room service in Qatar, and basically be pampered. She scammed her entire fucking community on the back of a special needs girl refusing to show receipts and literally shows this happening in real time on her own fucking streams. And denying it the whole time. Saying that, oh, her husband paid the family out of pocket. While also saying that she can't access her own money in Syria because there is no way for the banks in Syria to access Canadian bank accounts. Like, you can't fucking pull out of PayPal and put it into a Canadian account and access your Canadian money in Syria. There's no fucking way. You literally have to go to Qatar or somewhere in a surrounding country. So it's like, part of it is, okay, well, did she go to Qatar to get the money? But she's saying she already gave the money to the family. Also, she's saying that she was going to give the ad revenue to the family, but this is days after her stream, and ad revenue doesn't get paid out on YouTube until like the 21st, 22nd of the next month. How the fuck does any of this make sense? It doesn't. So, let's close this fucking nightmare. Everybody please fucking wipe all of that from your brains. Just like, get rid of that, okay? Do not go any deeper down that rabbit hole. That's all you need to know. This is lolcow activities. This is typical lolcow shit. This is how people start scamming their audiences, especially when they're losing money. This is something that Shitgnome has done from the start. This is exactly what he did with his fucking Kickstarter. This is what he did with his Kickstarter. This, I believe, I allege, is what he is doing with his ferret charity, because that is the money that he is piping into it from all of his not played text-to-speech donos, because he donates that money to charity. This is where the half of the hype train money goes, to his charity. And the ferret rescue is managed by himself and his staff to his own ends. That, I believe, is not a nothing burger. That, I believe, is where the true milk lies, and I hope people like Quinthio actually start digging into it. I know that the Farms has addressed it. I never like got super deep into his thread, other than just reading up on like the deeper cut lore that I never got into when he was like my coworker, because I didn't know any of that shit going into it, obviously, or else he never would have moved into my apartment. Goddamn furry. Like, I am not anti-furry on that level, because like obviously I have some friends who are furries, but had I known all that shit and that he was like one of those furries, I would have never. He is like one of the actual like predatory types, it seems, in the communities, and I genuinely hope that he's not defrauding everybody, but it seems like charity fraud may be an actual thing in play here. But yeah, he is very much cannibalizing himself at this point. This is only going to go downhill over time, especially if he keeps up the whole just like fucking banning people who ask him questions in chat. This will grow over time. He has significantly, like, from where Foodie Beauty was, she was like basically a nobody, right? Like, by comparison, she was a fucking nobody. She was niche famous for nothing, which was still nothing on YouTube. For she was not like Nikocado level ever, but she was known. And for her to like fall that far, it will take him significantly longer to fall that far. But he's already doing it to himself. Like, this started a while ago. But if he keeps going on this trend, he's just gonna fucking tank his entire channel in like the next 6 months to a year. It's just gonna be fucking toast. Like, he's already got to be making a fucking quarter of the ad revenue that he was, like, after losing this many views. I have a feeling that the next checks are going to come in, like, not these checks this month, like the next checks are going to come in and he's going to be like, oh fuck. Not like he'll be sweating because he's already making so much money, but there's going to be a huge difference in this.